Five, four, three, two, one. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing fine. I just want to do a live for today and talk about some stuff. I hope that you will learn something from it and you would want to apply it. So, businesses are in crisis mode right now, and naturally, if the business is not doing so well, they may have to let go of some of their employees, right? And we call that survival mode, right? So if you are part of that pool, you found out that you will be let go or you've lost your job, you may need to prepare for your next move, right? So, welcome to the first episode of #reynism, and join me as we talk about what to do next. In this episode, I called "Coping." Lost a job, what's next? Right. So, my name is Rainer Adriano, and you can just call me Rain. And for more than 10 years, I have built a career in the BPO industry. I had an amazing time working for several companies. I've learned a lot, and I'm really, really grateful for all the mentors I've met all throughout those years, right? So now we're going to talk about how do you prepare yourself for what's coming next, right? So you've lost your job, right? Or maybe you are temporarily out of work because of the pandemic. But we all know that this situation is not going to last forever, right? So businesses will soon open and they would want to rehire or hire some of the best talent to support them as they pick up the pace of the business while adapting to the new normal, right? So today we are going to do some simple exercises just to help you be prepared while you wait for your next career move, right? And this is a great way of reflecting on your best skills and kind of finding your brand and knowing your credentials, right? So to do this exercise later, we're going to need a pen or a paper. You can use your phone or a laptop to type in. And, if you have friends that you think would benefit from this video, then I would suggest that you share the video to them, right? So like and share. So, let's answer, one question first, right? So, how do you feel about it, right? Losing your job. Where are you, right? So, some people would say, oh, is it that important that I ask myself, that question? Yes, I think it's very vital that you ask yourself that question because that would set the tone on how you're going to move forward, right? So, some people would say, I'm worried. Or what I'm gonna do next, I'm confused. Or some people would blame themselves or blame other people because they lost their job, right? It's not your fault that the businesses the businesses are struggling at this point because of the pandemic. So the last thing you would want to do for yourself is blame it on you or blame it on other people because it's not going to help you at all, right? So at least what you want to have as part of your mindset is, I'm excited, right? I'm excited. This is the time for me to really think of what I want for my life, or maybe what I want to do in the next couple of weeks while waiting for that great opportunity to happen, right? So, think about this entire thing as a reset for you, right? It's a reset, and naturally, life throws us a curveball, right? So, and sometimes what you want to do is just to cope and adapt and, wait for the next best thing to happen. Because that's what I've learned, in the past, right? There had been some challenges in the past, but I was able to successfully go through it because I planned out, I was prepared, right? Okay, so I'm feeling a little old school today, so I will be using a pen and a paper for the exercise, right? Okay. So, what you want to do is think of the roles that you've played or took part in the last 5 to 10 years. Why you want to do that is because you want your next organization to know what can you bring to the table, right? So 8 years of my career was with just one company, and they gave me an opportunity to grow with them. So I experienced different roles within the same organization. So what we're gonna do right now is list down some of that roles in a piece of paper, starting with the most recent role that you had, right? So I wasn't. So let's take the time to write down our roles. And while you're writing the roles that you've played for your organization, you might want to think some of the skills that you have developed while you are on that role or post, right? Okay, almost done. All right, so here's what I have so far, right? So operations manager, training supervisor, trainer, and agent, right? It's important that you write this down because you know to be able to move forward, you're gonna have to look for a new organization to join. So, or you might want to prepare yourself if you will be rehired by the same organization. At least you know what posts you've handled in the past, and you know what you're good at, right? So what are the skills that you have acquired or developed while working on each of the roles that you have listed, right? So I'm gonna get another piece of paper and write it down. Here you go. So maybe a minute or two. Sorry for my penmanship. I know some of you are gonna update your resume sooner or later, so this is a good exercise for you. If you just joined in and you have not started, you can reset and then just go from the beginning. Okay. I'm just writing down. I'm almost finished. And all right, so medyo marami. I have plenty of things that I wrote down here. So the first one is training and development, because majority of my work experience is with training, right? So training and development, partly developing people, yeah. So new hire training. So those are some of the things that I've learned in the past, right? people management, right? So I used to handle people, have a couple of staff that I take care of, that I coach, right? Instructional design, because part of training is you being able to create training materials, right? So once you do your training analysis or training needs analysis, you would want to check, what are the materials that would really help these people to um, to get refreshed on, or to improve their skills, right? Data analysis and curriculum design. So before you design a curriculum, you have to analyze some of the data. You need to know, um, is this something, how many hours should we need to spend on a particular lesson? What are the important lessons that you can share to these people who are outliers or struggling, so that you can help them progress, or give results. Next is mentorship and coaching, um, because I had, I was an operations manager and a training manager and a training supervisor. I had the chance of mentoring other people. So coaching is a vital role, for someone who is holding a managerial position. So you have to be able to skill transfer, coach them, share your knowledge with them. So those are some of the important things that a manager or a leader is doing, right? Training delivery. Of course, you have to be very confident about yourself, because you're coaching people, right? So part of that is also training them, right? Developing them. So another one is project management. So in the past 8 years, I have, a couple of projects that I pioneered, or spearheaded. And those are some of the projects that brought results for the company, and I'm happy about the results that, it helped the company. And then program launch. Ayan. So we've also experienced launching some of the programs. Um, I've supported several lines of businesses for the organizations that I've been working with in the past 8 years. So it's really a great experience, right? So realizing these things, kind of gives you a perspective of how you wanna launch yourself, right? So kind of rebranding, right? Or do you wanna work? Do for the future organization that you're going to work with, do you want to have the same post, or is there something that you would want to explore because you already have the expertise or the skills, right? What can you bring to the table? So your future employer, that would hire you would definitely would want to know, ano ba yung kaya mong ibigay, right? What are the skills that you have? What are your expertise? So now that we are going to transition, right, from pandemic to the new normal, is this person the right fit, the right match to help us regrow our organization or our company? So you really have to think, ano ba yung nagawa mo na in the past that you were successful, that that has good results, that you can that you can share to your new organization that you will be joining, so that they will hire you. It's a match, right? So you're on that right mindset na, no, I just want to get paid, right? No, that's not the mindset, right? Of course, the salary it's vital, but you also would want to think how, for sustainability, if you don't have the expertise or the skills, is this company gonna retain you for the long, for the long haul, or this is just a temporary post for you, right? So, aside from these, what are the lines of businesses that you have supported in the past, right? So some of you would say, sales, nag-sales na ako, right? Or customer care, or customer service, or I had the chance to work for a telco company. I had an experience in mortgage, or maybe client relations, right? So you have to list it down, right? So that you know, so that you have this idea in mind that when you present yourself to the new organization, they would know, okay, so he already knows this. Minimal training is needed because he's already exposed to that kind of business, and maybe they have strategies that we've never heard or done in the past that made them successful, that this person can share with us so that we can regrow our brand or our company, right? So those are some of the things, right? And then you want to reassess yourself. What are the applications that you're expert on or comfortable in using? Because majority of the businesses are transitioning to a work from home. So do you even know your Microsoft Excel? Do you even know how to work with Microsoft Word or Microsoft PowerPoint or Outlook or Google Dropbox or Google Drive? So those are the most common applications that they are now using, right? Since we are all transitioning to work from home. So yun lang. I hope that you guys learned something from this activity. And when you recreate your brand, your resume, or update your curriculum vitae, all of these things that we talked about today, you would remember. And if you have questions or there are topics that you would want to talk about here at #reynism, I would be more than glad to create an agenda for that, and we can talk about it, and I can share my thoughts about it. And if you are having difficulty updating your resume, or you need some help with the PowerPoint presentation, you can reach out to me. I'm always available. Just send me a message, right? So before we go, what have we learned with this activity? Number one, career assessment, right? Where am I on my career? What are the previous career that I had? What are the previous roles that I worked with or played in the past, right? Number two, this activity helps you reflect on your key skills, right? What can you bring to the new organization, or what can you bring to the table, right? And then number three, allows you to concentrate on what you are good at, right? So do not feel sad if you had been let go of your job or you lost your job, because life is exciting, right? Life is exciting. Don't feel bad. This pandemic, it's not gonna last forever, right? So you can be rehired, or you can join another organization, but what's important is your core is intact. You believe in you believe in what you can do, and you know what you can bring to the table, right? So I hope this video helps you realize your brand and prepare you, or help you prepare in creating your brand and your next career, for your next career interview. So I'm not gonna take your time. I'm not gonna take much of your time anymore. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Rain, #reynism. Again, share this video, and hopefully I see you again, right? Talk to you soon. Bye everyone.